for his healing. And I began to pray to God for wisdom. And I said, God, what do I need to do in this situation? Because he's not listening. I gave him all the Tylenol, whatever I can do, homemade to do for him. And so the Holy Spirit says, take him to the hospital. So when we get to the hospital, I said, Arnell, I said, we have to go to the hospital. He was like, but I don't want to go. I said, so he went upstairs and he was, catching a little tantrum. And then he finally, I said, Holy Spirit, arrest him. Because I can't do it, I can't deal with the moaning because the moaning, it wasn't a good moan. So he came back downstairs. He said, Mama, okay, I'm ready to go. So we get to the hospital. First of all, he had a fever for 3 days, and we not know that he had a fever. And I'm like, why were you walking around like that? And he was like, Mama, I didn't know. So then after that, his pressure was high, and it was asking him all different types of questions, and he was telling them where he was hurting. And so finally, they gave the CAT scans and all of the above, and finally they came back in the room and they said, well, sir, they said, have you ever smoked before? And he was like, yeah, I smoked marijuana, and I did. I vape. And the doctor looked at him and he says, now I'm not gonna say that's the cause of this, but what I am gonna say is that you have pneumonia. He was like, and there's some other stuff that's going on that we can't see. We have to wait on your results. So then an hour later the other results came in, and they told him that he had a bacterial infection along with the pneumonia that has punctured a hole in his lung. And so he needed immediate antibiotics, and that they were going to admit him. So throughout the whole time he had been in the hospital, from that Wednesday all the way up until yesterday, he had been just complaining. The pain is not going, whatever they're doing is not working, Mom. It's just not working. And I said, this is a God thing. For you to be in the hospital and things are not working, this has to be a God thing. So he kept on saying, Mom, I'm just going to sign myself. He done pulled all the stuff off I can't even poop. I can't do anything. I'm just miserable.